Ever since Apple announced the HomePod, I've been intrigued with the thought of a smart speaker that can assist me throughout the day. It can handle tasks like answering questions, setting reminders, and controlling smart devices, just like my Amazon Echo, but with way better integration with my Apple products. At the same time, it offers improved sound quality that lets you enjoy your music instead of just filling the silence. Unfortunately, after more than 6 months with the HomePod, the device and its spotty Siri integration misses the mark for me. The Fluance Fi70's footprint is massive compared to the HomePod, and the weight difference is even greater at 81 pounds compared to just 5.5. While not as simple and elegant, the Fi70 looks like an art piece displayed on its included stand, and with the magnetic cover removed, shows off its dual 1-inch silk dome tweeters, 6.5-inch speakers, and 8-inch woofers. The unit is powered by a 280-watt amplifier. On the back, we have an antenna for the built-in radio, USB for charging, an optical input, and a 3.5mm input which could be used to squeeze out higher quality Chromecast audio sound than possible via Bluetooth. The HomePod, on the other hand, features 7 tweeters and a 4-inch subwoofer, each powered by their own amp and no physical input or Bluetooth support, just AirPlay 2. In terms of sound quality, HomePod beat out each one of its direct competitors, and I have to admit, at low volumes it does sound better than the Fluance. Apple did an amazing job developing this speaker's hardware and getting it to sound great with all genres of music. The only complaint I have is it doesn't get loud, especially for large rooms, and the deep bass that you get at low volumes disappears when you're maxing out the speaker. Apple does offer a solution for those that want more volume and bass. That's a second HomePod, which raises the total price to $700. What's more, a pair of HomePods still can't even come close to the sound output of the Fluance, and that comes in at $500, and then maybe add $40 to $100 for an Echo or a Google Home. It's really hard to show the volume and sound quality difference, especially the bass in a video like this, but I set my camera's volume to a standard level so you guys can kind of gauge the difference in sound between a single HomePod, 2 HomePods, and the Fluance. Let's take a listen. The HomePods at max volume sound like the Fi70 at just 60%, and at full blast, the Fluance sounds more than twice as loud as the HomePods. The difference in bass is shocking. You can only hear the HomePod's bass, but with the Fluance, you actually feel it inside of your chest, and it's like shaking the walls and other furniture. You can literally have a full-on dance party with the Fi70, shake your walls, and really annoy your neighbors. Thankfully, I live at the end of a dead-end street. Before the Fi70, I was mostly happy with the output of the stereo-paired HomePods, but after several months of frustration with Siri, I couldn't help but think if the money would be better spent on a higher-end speaker that could somehow pair with my Echo. Most would agree that Siri is behind many of its competitors, and the version that ships with HomePod is even more limited. What's even more frustrating than the lack of intelligence with Siri is that the HomePod takes over any Hey Siri requests within range, and the response I often get results in, I can't get the request on HomePod. This makes having Hey Siri support on my iPhone, iPad, and Mac worthless. The HomePod's mic is so sensitive it picks up my normal speaking voice around 2 corners, down 2 halls, and into my bedroom. I now manually enable Siri on my devices instead of using my voice to activate it to avoid triggering the HomePod. We were hoping to see some improvements to the HomePod software at WWDC and even made a list of the most requested features, which you can check out by clicking this card above. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. On top of that, there are many more devices that support Amazon's Alexa Assistant, and a few of mine are compatible with HomeKit, so I actually need to keep my phone close by so I could toggle them on and off using their apps, and this isn't always possible, especially when you're cooking. It was refreshing experiencing a higher level of intelligence after switching back to the Echo, and the much more open ecosystem allows integration with a variety of audio services, not just Apple Music. The Echo also easily connects to any Bluetooth speaker for audio output, like the Fluance Fi70. The result is a surprisingly good combo that I'm very happy with, but with a few limitations. The Fluance Fi70 will shut down if it's not used for a while, which requires turning it on using the touch controls on top or the remote, and then asking Alexa to reconnect. The second annoyance is that the Echo can't control the Fluance's speaker volume like it can with my old LG Bluetooth-enabled soundbar. To get around this hurdle, I keep the Fluance at its max setting of 40 and adjust Alexa's output, but every once in a while I'll accidentally play something when both of them are maxed out and scare my family, including myself. The last downside is no Alexa voice support for Apple Music. It should be noted that HomePod has the same issue with other services, so it really depends on what service you use to stream. I'm still using Apple Music at times with the Fluance, but connecting directly to the speaker using Bluetooth and then using the app or Hey Siri to control the tunes. So after about a month, I'm very happy with my slightly less convenient but great sounding, much more capable and extremely loud HomePod replacement that costs less money. If you're someone who's a casual listener at normal volume levels and you don't heavily rely on voice control, especially if you're an Apple Music subscriber, a single HomePod may still be the better choice. For me, somebody who loves loud, high-quality music and the convenience of a good smart assistant, the choice is an easy one. If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our price guide, which makes it extremely easy to find the best deals on Apple products, updated daily. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next video.